Hi, my name is Dilip Vijayanaika. Uh, you're looking at Flowrite, and I'm going to show you how to build your first workflow using Flowrite. So you should be in your workflow definitions screen. So if you're not, just click on the workflow definitions menu. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on this create button, and let's call our workflow definition my first workflow. And once you click create, that should open up in the workflow designer. On this workflow, what we're going to do is we are going to define a variable called amount. And if the amount is greater than $50, it's going to route to approver 1. Otherwise, it's going to route to approver 2. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and define the variable called amount. It will be a type number. And we're going to save that. And next, we are going to get a decision step. And in the search box here, you can just type DEC, and that will show you the decision step. It's called evaluate decision. So here we're going to drag this step from the toolbox and then connect the start to the decision step. And over here, we're going to enter a decision. And the decision we're going to enter is we're going to say variable. Dot, as you can see, you get the list of variables also. As soon as you type variable dot, we're going to say if variable amount is greater than $50, hit save. And always when you're working on this designer, make sure that you hit save definition so your work is saved. Then going back, we're going to now connect a task step. So you can just search for task in TASK. You can drag this step right here. And let's go ahead and configure this step. So let's call this step approver 1. Task description also, let's call it approver 1. And we're going to say, instead of selecting a particular user, we're going to provide a variable. So we're going to say variable dot initiate ID. So whoever initiates this workflow will get this task automatically routed to them. So let me go ahead and save that. Let me save this also. And we're going to connect that decision step to this particular step. And since we need another step, you can also right click on this step and say duplicate. Now you have a second step, and we're just going to go and change the values here. We're going to say approver number 2 and approver 2, and we'll keep the same person to be routed. Let's go ahead and save that. And we're going to connect the two steps together. But in this case, we want it to go down this path if it's greater than $50. So we're going to go ahead and say if the decision returns a true value, go to approver 1. And otherwise, if it's false, go to approver 2. Let's go ahead and save this. And let's save the definition. And now we can go ahead and click the create instance. And we can create an instance right from the designer and run the instance. So we're going to also generate a name for that instance. So we called it my first workflow underscore instance. And we're going to provide an initial value for amount. And let's say $57. And say create and execute. And you can see that the instance was successfully created. And now we can just close this and go into our previous screen and go to workflow instances. If you look at the instance now, I see my first workflow instance, and we can also graphically render that. And graphically, we can see that the dotted line is the execution path. So it went down to approver 1. I'm waiting on approver 1 to approve. And the reason it went down was because this is decision, it evaluated to be true. 57 is definitely greater than 50. And if you want to see the details, you can also click on this step and you can see all the details about that execution within that step. So you can look at what the variables look like at that point in time. You can look at what the properties, all that detail information is available. Okay. We also give execution view. If you want to see a serialized execution view, you can also do that. You can just click on this button and you can see based on order of execution. Hope this will get you going with your building your first workflow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.